Platinum.
Yo.
Yo.
Yeah, yo, yeah,
I didn't
yo.
do that.
What's up, Nabaroonies? It's Platinum TDX, the Dragon Extreme, and I am here today with
Dr. Blick, the darkest man around the UK. Chocolate Brothers here. Yeah.
So, as you guys noticed, or heard about recently, they've confirmed that One Piece Burning Blood is more on the Tenkaichi and Raging Blast side of the gameplay mechanics rather than J-Stars, which was what it was being compared to alongside Naruto Storm. So, today I'm here to talk about what they really meant by that and what I really think the game plays like. Now, I know you're like, oh, it's too early to judge, but I thought this would be a good idea to do, and I'm here with my friend Dr. Blick, because he's a massive person for One Piece. He knows more than I do, and he probably knows more about what should be in the game and what shouldn't be in the game in terms of gameplay mechanics and like devil fruits and stuff like that, and what would be OP and whatnot.
Okay.
So, Dr. Blick, what do you think of my assumption of Saint Seiya playing like Burning Blood, or Burning Blood playing like Saint Seiya?
I can definitely see it because of the camera angle, the way the game's laid out, and the way they actually hit. But as a whole, I don't think it will play like Saint Seiya. I just feel like this will have like elements like from J-Stars, like some stuff that J-Stars did well, like the way they transform, like the whole thing, like how Luffy went up in the air, how the background like looked like like a victory burst sort of thing, but it wasn't like a victory burst. I feel like it will have the Tenkaichi, like Tenkaichi will be like the basis for outline, yeah. That basis, like Tenkaichi / Raging Blast will be the basis outline. But when it gets to the actual game, it will not feel like that. It will feel like its own game. It's just they just put that there for as the basis foundation, if you know what I mean. Right.
Yeah. Well, what I think, and you guys are gonna see some Saint Seiya and Burning Blood in the background, just to compare. What I think this game is gonna be like, especially after seeing the gameplay that was recorded by Angry Storm Gamer, and from the trailers, and also from playing Saint Seiya Soldier Soul and Brave Soldiers, or Brave Souls, or whatever the fuck it was called. But after playing those games, especially recently with Soldier Souls on PC, the game looks and has the exact same controls as they showed off for Burning Blood. The R1 and the triangle, square, circle, and X for your attacks, that is just like Soldier Soul. And, well, the Saint Seiya games. Also, the attack system, it looks very similar because the camera system lays out the whole battlefield, basically. And both characters, well, both types of characters look tall as fuck.
Yeah.
But the only difference is One Piece characters, they are tall as fuck. But the Saint Seiya and the One Piece games, the One Piece Burning Blood game, the way they lay their camera, the camera out, both characters look pretty tall, and it's going from like a slanted going up angle rather than like an overhead or a straight ahead angle. And square and triangle are your light and heavy attacks, and same with One Piece Burning Blood, which I know that's not a lot to go off of, but when you really look at the gameplay and really keep an eye on it, you can really see how the game looks very similar in terms of just the way it plays, which I know is it's hard to grasp. But when Angry Storm Gamer and the devs at Bandai Namco, or Spike, came out and said that the game played more like Raging Blast or Tenkaichi, I started seeing things from that angle, and I was like, I can actually see how that it looks like it can play that way. But when I played Soldier Soul, because I haven't played a Saint Seiya game since the last one that came out, and when I played Soldier Soul, I was like, this looks exactly like Burning Blood, except I'm playing it. So I don't know, it's up in the air, but I thought I would get this theory out there and see how many of you guys agree or disagree. So
I just wanted to add that it all depends, because they've showed us an old ass build, so things could change. Like the camera angle could change. Like they said, you have like 3 different options, one of which is similar to Storm, not like similar. So it kind of depends on how they wanna and the way they want to go with this game. Because when you really think about it, the whole Seiya like combat system, is the game fast or slow? Like, how does it like really play? Because I can only look by like watching it, like in terms of combos.
It's fluid but stiff at the same time, but it's more on the fast side. Like, if you really get further into the game, like the first couple of battles, they're really slow because you're learning how to play the game. But once you get deeper into the story and you start learning the controls more and dodging around and jumping and dashing around the battlefield with your specials and stuff, that's when it starts becoming more fast-paced. But it's not fast-paced like, say, Storm. Like, it's not as fast as Storm.
Oh, okay, that's fair enough. What else was I gonna say? So what do you like think about the map sizes? Are the map sizes similar, or are they different? Like, what's like the difference between the map sizes when it comes to like comparing them to Burn and Blood map sizes, what we've seen so far? Like,
from the maps I played on Soldier Soul, they're not that big. They're more of like a ring. So it's like it's like the Storm maps almost. But Burning Blood, their maps definitely are bigger.
Because I remember them saying in like an interview, they were saying like how like Burn and Blood's maps are gonna have like they like, depending on which map you're playing on, it's gonna be different sizes. You know how like they did in Xenoverse and did in like previous games. Like, say if you're gonna play in the World Tournament arena, like it's gonna be different sizes. Like, say if you play in like Namek. So it all depends on how they want to lay out the game as a whole. But at the moment, I can kind of see what you mean by it. But I feel like this game's gonna have different elements from each. Like it might be like the Saint Seiya, like it might have some Saint Seiya elements, it might have some J-Stars elements, it might have some One Piece elements, and then you got the tag team system, which is there as well, which can really, like, if you get good at that can be a really fast thing to be in the game. So wait, does Saint Seiya have a tag team system or not? No. So that's pretty much, like, I can see what you mean in terms of layout, but in terms of how it will finish, I doubt it will play the same. Like, I don't even think it will really play like Tenkaichi or Raging Blast. I just feel like it will have some mechanics from them that will work. Like, I was watching Dr. Love's video about, like, when they mean it will play like it, they mean they pretty much base the combat system, base the outline on it. Not like the whole game is gonna be a copy and paste, but One Piece characters being on the ground. The whole outline is gonna be there, but when it gets to the full game, it won't play that. It won't play like that. It'll be unique. And the great thing about it is, with One Piece characters, loads of people have different abilities. You got Bartolomeo with his barrier, you got Law with his up fruit or Opi no Mi. You got Luffy with his gum fruit. You got loads of different characters, and there are some characters that are gonna be slow as hell. Because I was talking about this with Sen Kakashi, how he was saying that characters like Jinbei, he said Jinbei was slow, and I heard that Blackbeard was slow and Pirate Warriors. So there will be some characters that are slow and fast because of how they are built and how they are, if you know what I mean. But yeah, as a whole, I can see what you mean about like them, the way they're modeled out. Wait, do you think the story mode is gonna be similar to Saint Seiya's, the way they do it, or different?
If it is, I won't have a problem with it, because Saint Seiya does have cutscenes, even though they're not the best cutscenes. But I can definitely see Burning Blood having better cutscenes than Saint Seiya. But also keep in mind, Saint Seiya is a Dimps game.
That's true.
While Burning Blood is a Spike Chunsoft game.
Actually, wait, now I'm thinking about that. Now I'm really thinking about that. Dimps, when it comes to 3D games, they make alright 3D games, don't get me wrong. But I feel like when it comes to 2D, that's their strong suit. That is their strong suit, because they specialize. Their 2D games have been amazing. They haven't made a bad 2D game. You got Budokai 3, you got Infinite World, you got Burst Limit. Those games were good in terms of combat. They were solid in terms of combat, and they were very, like, you had to be skilled if you want to go up against someone online and beat them. Like, the skill gap was there. Like, the skill was there, and you can get somewhat deep within the game. But when they go into 3D games, the combat system is not as deep, and that's expected because 2D fighters, you can't run away, you're forced to learn your way out of stuff. But when it comes to 3D, it's not as good as their 2D games in terms of the way it plays out. So that's how I feel that Spike kind of have the edge, because they are built around 3D fighters. You agree with that, Platinum?
Yeah.
Like instant transmission to Japan. But yeah.
But no, like you said, 3D, the 3D game. Wait, fuck.
No, I was just saying something about like I was just saying how the 3D how the 3D is more better with Spike because they are pretty much evolved around 3D fighters. While with Dimps, they specialize better in 2D. Like their 3D fighters are good, but in terms of how they try to make it deep or try to make it competitive, it's just for the most part it's not there. Like it's nothing compared to their 2D games in terms of enjoyment and like fun and getting deep in there.
Yep. So I dazed off.
Bruh, you always look half asleep.
But yeah, let us know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Dr. Blick's his channel will be in the description below. Also check out Hollow TK who made the outro for my video. And yeah.
Barely.
Done.
Work.